I am busy with the November 2024 question paper. This is Computer Practice in 4, and I am on page 14 of the question paper, which is MsWord. 7.1, retrieve the file saved as soccer from the Computer Practice in 4 folder. Now, the in 4 folder is here in the top right corner of my screen. I'm going to open that folder and it will open whatever is in that folder, all the files. And it says we must open soccer. So that is a Word document. So it's the blue W. We double click on it. Okay, it seems as if everything is a bit slow this morning. Okay, now let me just minimize the page, maximize the page, sorry, let me maximize it. And this is how the paper looks like. 7.2 says save the file as Q7 soccer. I'm going to say file. Everything very slow this morning. Save as. Okay, and I'm going to say current folder because then I know that all my stuff is in the correct place. So I'm going to click on current folder. And then here with the name, I'm going to say Q7. Oh no, it must be right at the beginning. It must be 7. Q7 soccer. And what I'm going to do there now, I'm going to say NOV 2024 that I know which question paper it is. Click on save. There we go. 7.3, apply the following changes and also those indicated on the next page. Make all changes according to the proofreading signs. Now, the proofreading signs are these little things that are in a separate block, and the font is also different. It's like little instructions. 7.4, as a header, key in question number and computer station in brackets left align and your exam number right align. So I'm going to go to insert, header, and please remember we always choose the 3 column. Okay. So here it says on the left side that will be question 7, all in uppercase, question 7. And then the computer number, the computer station. I'm going to type the S. This stands for lecturer. You are going to, for example, write 0, 1, or 10 or something like that. Okay. Nothing must be in the center, so we delete this one. And here is then going to be your exam number. At the moment, I'm just going to write my initials and surname. Okay. And please remember, those brackets, it's an instruction. If you do not type the brackets, you will lose a mark. Okay. All right, let's continue. 7.5, change the orientation of the document to landscape. So, layout, orientation, landscape. There we go. Let's have a look. 7.6, it says change the font of the entire document to Korean New 9, including headers and footers. Okay. change the font. So Control A, go to Home, and we must change it to Courier New. So Courier New 9 points. There we go. Okay. So before I continue with anything else, I am going to double click now in my header. If I want to make a change in my header, I'm going to double click. I'm not going to say insert again. So I'm going here. I'm going to say now Courier New, and it says 9 points. Yes. I double click anywhere in the document that I can't get back here. Delete all the paragraphs presented in red font. Okay. So let's have a look. We highlight and we delete. And do you see, I prefer to do it from the back to the front. Okay, these are names. They are not part of the sentences or the paragraphs. Okay, so please, what is going to happen here? I'm going to go like that. See, you can go like that as well. Depends on you. Okay. I'm going to delete that. Is there anything else now? That is all. Okay, so we've gone up to 7.7. Then 7.8, remove the line numbering from the document and insert bullets as indicated on the next page. So first, what we are going to do, the line numbering is this stuff over here. So we are going to go here to Layout, Line Numbers, and we are going to say None. There we go. Right, Control S for save. So if something goes wrong, at least I've saved up to a point. Okay. Then they say we must insert bullets as indicated on the next page. 7.9, insert columns. That's also on page 15. Insert the page number left aligned in the footer. Insert columns as indicated. Right, align the text in the footer. Let's see. Okay, somewhere. Insert the page number left aligned in the footer. Use toolbars. Insert the images. Copy and paste. Okay, so let me see. Remove the line numbering and insert bullets. Oh, now over there. I was looking for inserting. There is already something there in the footer. Now let us continue on the next page. 7.8, insert bullets as indicated. Now let us have a look. Where are these bullets? Okay. Insert image. Listen, I'm just reading through here, just checking carefully what's going on. At the moment, I do not see insert bullets as indicated on the next page. I'm going to get back to that one. So I'll make a little note for 7.8. Insert columns as indicated on the next page. Okay, so here, let us have a look. All this information, we need to put it into a column mode. And it says and it is 1, 2, 3 columns with a line between, like it shows on page 50. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight all this. I'm going to go to Layout, Columns, More Columns, and I'm going to say 3 columns because it shows 3 columns, and then I'm going to say line between. Now, let us have a look how this works. It did not say that we must have columns that are not equal, so we leave it as it is. There's no other instruction. Then this gray area here, here and here, this gray area is actually the header at the moment, and this gray area over here is, if you put on your sagila, that should be a sagila over there. So we do not highlight sagilas that are empty. That means here I'm going to highlight them again right to the top, and now I'm going to make it 3 columns. Columns, more columns, leave it as equal 3 columns like that, with a line between, and okay. Now we have to look carefully. These headings we are supposed to put at the top of our column headings. So I'm going to click here at History. I'm going to go to Layout, Breaks, and because I'm busy with a column, I'm going to choose Column. There we go. And then national and local teams, you want that in column 3, so you do exactly the same there, breaks and column break. There we go. Okay, do you have that? So Control S up to there. Okay. Right align the text in the footer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there is already information in the footer. So we are not going to go to Insert again. We are just going to move our mouse into the footer and double click. Now remember, at 7.6 it says we must also change the footer to Korean New 9 points. So I'm going to say Korean New and 9 points. There we go. Now we need to right align the text in the footer. That means the text must end over here. So do you see this little reverse L over here? This is how it was when our page was in portrait. Now it is in landscape, so obviously my page is wider. So this one, I actually need to go and put it over there. So I'm going to move my mouse there until it says right tab. Don't click before it says right tab. Then you click and you hold your mouse and you pull it up to there. Don't pull it totally up there. Pull it up to there. And then what we are going to do here, we are going to press our tab key. That comes from the center, and we are going to press the tab key again because it says the text must be right aligned. Now at 7.11, insert the page number left aligned. So left aligned is, I will click here, and then I'm going to say, do you see over here, we already have header and footer tools. We are not going to go to insert again. We have header and footer tools. We click there on design, and then here we go to page numbers. So we click there and we say current position because we have clicked on the left side and it says 2 bars. So this is accent bar 1. Let's have a look. Where is the 2 bar? Plain number, accent bar 1, accent bar 2. So it will be that one, like that, and it will look like that. All right, so then it says insert the images. We are going to come back to that one now. And then copy and paste the tables from the file tables in the computer practice folder. Okay, so what I'm going to do now I'm moving to page 15. I'm going to close my header and my footer. Now I'll take away my Sakila and I'm going to have a look. First thing, I've created already the 3 columns. Now what I need to do, the column headings must be uppercase, they must be bold, underline and center, and I used shortcut keys for all these except for the uppercase. So let me show you. That one is uppercase. Then I'm going to say Control B for bold, Control U for underline, and Control E for center. And over here, I'm going to do exactly the same. Uppercase, Control B, Control U, Control E. And there we go. So all those headings are now correct. We've got column breaks, which we don't see. We only see those if we put in our subkila and the computer creates that automatically. Okay, let's have a look what the instruction says. Candidate, that's at the bottom left of page 15. Select all the text below each heading of each column and insert bullets. Use the following symbol for the bullets. Okay, there's the bullet instruction. We must use that bullet. Copy and paste the first table from the file tables below the text in column 1. Second table below the text in column 2. And the third table below the text in column 3. Change the outline border of all the tables to the following style and remove all inside borders for each table. Okay, so that is quite a mouthful, but it's not so bad. So let us start. Select all the text below each heading of each column and insert bullets. So I'm going to highlight this. Something is wrong over here. I think this was red text. Okay. Yes, this A, the must go away. Okay. So I'm going to highlight. Now bullets is on the home tab. Here we have bullets. We click on the drop down arrow and then we do this. There is the bullet that we need to use. But now, very important, do you see that our bullets are not on the margin anymore? We need to move it back, that it is straight here and very easy. There are bullets. Do you see this one there? Decrease indent. That means it has moved to the right. To decrease indent, you are going to move the text back to the left. Let's have a look. And there we go. Now let us do the same with this column here. We do bullets. and again decrease indent, because remember we still need to put in pictures and tables. And then over here we do this one like that, and again bullets and decrease indent. All right, so now we've done the bullets. Then copy and paste the first table from the file tables. Okay, now we need to copy. I'm going to do the images last. So over here now, I'm going to make an extra circular. Okay, because there must be a line open between the sentences or the paragraphs and the table. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to minimize this. Then I'm going to go and open tables. All right, again, we wait a little bit. Okay, here we go. It says the first table. So when I click in a table, you will see it makes this four-pointed arrow. So when I click there, it highlights the whole table. Now I say Control C for copy. And now, do you see over here at the bottom in the taskbar, we have our Q7. We click there and we say Control V for paste. Then the next paragraph, now because the document is minimized, we go here to the bottom, we click in the second column, again on that four-pointed arrow, we say Control C, we click here at the bottom, there we go, and we say Control V. Now here it's important that you've got your circular on. Okay. Over here we are going to press enter 2 times. It's a red, but it doesn't matter. We go back here, we click in the third table, going to highlight, Control C, go back here and Control V. There we go. Control S for save. Let me take the circular away, and now you can see how it looks like. Change the outline border of all the tables to the following. All right, so let's go to that one. We highlight the table. You see over here now we have table tools, design and layout. We are going to go to design because under design we have borders. So let's have a look. We click on borders and we go right to the bottom. Then over here we are going to look now if we can find that border. Let us have a look. There we go. Okay, the black line must be at the top. Now do you see it makes borders in the whole table? But just below that indication of the table, it says remove all the inside borders for each table. Now that is easy. This is for the top line. This one is the bottom. This is left, right, sorry, and this is left. Now these inside borders we need to remove. So I'm going to click there and click on there and say OK. And do you see that is how the table looks like now? You will see these dotted lines. We call those grid lines. They do not print. Okay. Now we are going to do exactly the same over here. I can go here to border style, but I prefer to go back over here. It just makes it easier to delete the inside borders. Okay, borders and shading. I go to the bottom. I take out the inside borders and I say okay, and there we go. Then now we are going to come to the images. Let us have a look. In column 1, after Africa, we need to insert the image. Insert image saved as 1. Change the height to 2 centimeters. Now, very important, ladies and gentlemen, that 0.78 with the inverted commas, that is for inches. Our computers are all set to centimeters, so you must always look for the cm number. Okay. Now when we insert an image, we go to insert pictures. Now important over here, ladies and gentlemen, we must always go to the desktop, because remember these pictures are also in our folder on the desktop. So we go to desktop, and then over here, where is that folder now? There, November 2024, we double click on it, and do you see over here we have the images, and it says insert image 1. Now all that I need to do, because remember I've clicked over there, all that I need to do, I double click on the image, and that is how it looks like. Now it is big. It tells us we must make it a specific size, and the size of our image is under Picture Tools Format. Whenever you want to make changes to a picture, this is going to appear. And do you see I've clicked on my picture? Here I go to the size launcher. The launcher is always that little arrow at the bottom of the group. So I'm going to click there. First thing, before I do anything else, I must take out these ticks. All right. Then over here, I'm just going to type a 2. My computer knows it's CM, so I leave it as it is. I press my tab key, and I press my tab key again, and I say 2. And I press my tab key again. And, okay. Now there's the image. It says change text wrap to top. Now here is wrap text, and it says top to top and bottom. There we go. And move it to the correct position. Now do you see? It needs to stop at Africa and then the joyful blaring. There we go. So there we go. There's our first image. Our next image is after association. So I'm going to click there. Again, insert pictures. And now it's going to be picture number 2. Double click. And again, I need to change the size to 2 centimeters. So I take out these ticks. I type a 2, tab, tab, a 2 again, and I press my tab key again. And here again we say wrap text, top and bottom. And now I need to click and drag my image, and I'm going to put it in the center like this. Yeah, that looks about in the center like that. You see, I just click and I pull. Okay, and then the next one is image 3. Ooh, I made a mistake. Let me undo all these. I made a mistake. I changed both the top and the bottom to 2 centimeters. Okay, I just clicked on undo. I don't redo, I just undo. So, highlighted the image. It says only the height. Okay, now there we go. Height is 2 centimeters, and I press my tab key and I say okay. Then I do the next image. Do you see? I do not restart a question because I made a mistake. I just undo and fix the problem like that. And again, it is only the height, but I still need to take this away, and I say 2 centimeters. I press my tab key and I say okay. And then image number 3 must be, am I in the correct place? Yes, association, and then against Mexico. Now, there is Mexico. I'm going to go to insert pictures, and then I'm going to insert picture number 3, and I must change the height to 3 centimeters. I take out those ticks and I say the height 3 and the tab key and okay. There we go. And again, the wrap text is top and bottom. I pull down a little bit. Okay, now with this one, it's difficult to pull it with a mouse, so I'm using my navigation keys. Those are those 4 arrows on the right of your keyboard, and I'm going to move it also with the navigation keys that it shows in the center. All right, let us have a look. If we did everything on this page, column break, yes, we did that. And now let's turn back to page 14 and have a look. Insert columns, right align the text in the footer, we've done that. Insert a page number, we've done that. 7.12, we've inserted the images. 7.13, we've copied and pasted the tables and we applied all the instructions. Okay, and yes, and there is the question finished. So I'm going to say Control S for save, and then I will go to File, and I'm going to go to Print, and that is how it is going to look like when I print the document. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is it.